Well, what good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, my friend. Come to the cabaret here at the Hotel Orloff in scenic rural Retreat, Virginia. Well, it's kind of a gloomy day today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be raining today a little bit. How about that? Oh my gosh, they're cutting this tree down, man. Whoa, what's going on, man? That's horrible. What did that tree do to deserve that treatment? I ask.
Andrew Lane and Officer Matthew English. They have each been interviewed by the...
Yes, indeed. Come on, radio, entertain us.
Is once again at 11.
Oh, it's my favorite DJ.
It was mostly sunny. The temperature was 30 degrees. The wind chill was...
Yes, it's a little chilly today.
Now here is the hazardous weather.
What is the degree temperature, man? 34 degrees. Can you believe it? Can you believe how frigid and cold it is here in rural Retreat, Virginia? It's just astonishing. All right, fantastic. And here to greet us is Drusilla the dog. Drew, how are you doing, man? Look at your fans. How about that? Well, it's Saturday, man. It's Saturday, 11:15. Comic book memories just ended. Shannon was wondering why I didn't Gratu comment. My eyes are getting so bad I can't even see the little letters and numbers on the walkie-talkie phone. So I try to avoid that. But I can watch. All right, let's turn this down just in case it creates a copyright claim. This is going to be a working episode, so if you expect to see a bunch of comic books, you can go flake off. You can buzz off, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I got some heads here. Look at this, man. Got all worried because I was told by Kevin Johnson of Gotham City Comics that you shouldn't put a mask on a styrofoam head because it will rot the mask. So I got some of my wife's, while she was sleeping, I took some of my wife's heads here. These are heads that are used when you're a cosmetology student. So I'm going to, she's not currently using them, so I'll try to, don't tell her I'm going to use these heads. Hold on. Set you guys down. I may do a live stream here in a little bit. We'll see how I feel. Okay, this mask is starting to get rotted. I wore this during Captain Strangelife's, or was it Horror Mike's? It was one of the two, had a Halloween live stream where you were supposed to come dressed in costume to the live stream, and I wore this mask, and I won an original EC comic book for wearing this mask. But now this mask is going on this unkempt woman's head. Okay, it looks better already. Now this creature mask seems to be in better condition. Oh man, look, the Santa fur is clinging to the creature's skin. That's not good at all. Ooh, man, and it's like leaking a blood-like substance. Oh, that's... what causes this, Kevin Johnson of Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona? Look at that, it's got some You know what that could actually be? I'm suspecting that when this was sitting in the supermarket back in the 1990s, before I bought it, some horrible miscreant child spilled some soft drink on the mask. That is my suspicion that that's vintage soda pop from the mid-1990s. So it caused my Santa Claus hat to be spoiled. Can I get this? Come on, man. Gotta get this horrible styrofoam. Apparently does bad things to masks. I know it did a number on my older brother's gorilla mask that he gave to me when I was in 6th grade, and it sat on a styrofoam head for many years, and that gorilla mask just wound up rotting to nothingness. My brother used it to impress girls when he worked at Six Flags Over Texas when he was in college. He did things like that he thought would impress girls. Also, he would jump down a flight of stairs yelling "airborne" and land and destroy his knee so that he would be in pain the rest of his life. Later, he was in a helicopter crash and some kind of football injury. He had to get an artificial knee, which caused him to gain enormous amounts of weight. He was actually fatter than I am. And ultimately, it did him in because he just couldn't lose the weight because he was in too much pain all the time to exercise. So that was a shame. So now I no longer have my oldest brother. He worked for Homeland Security there before he passed away, and he would commute from Colorado to Washington, D.C. His house was there in Colorado, and he'd go stay for a couple of weeks in Washington, D.C. and work and come back and visit his family. Well, one of those times he made that trip, he had a heart attack on the road, and he managed to get his truck off the road and onto the shoulder. And the only thing that happened as he came to a stop is the side view mirror was knocked off. But anyone passing by just thought he'd pulled over and didn't realize that my brother had actually passed away. And the last thing he left on Facebook, he said, "Take it from someone inside the Beltline. Don't put any of your opinions about President Obama, who was president at the time, or the war that's going on. Don't talk about it at all here on Facebook." He said, "Take it from me. You are being watched." He kind of warned everybody that this social media, and here, obviously on YouTube, they're saying you don't think Biden's doing a good job. Of course, that's being recorded and monitored, but I don't know. Are we Americans or are we not? All right. So, but what's important isn't that the attack in Moscow yesterday. It isn't that we're on the brink of World War III. The most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that one of the two basketball teams is going to win because it's March Madness, or is that over? March Madness, I so don't care about sports, but it's a good distractor. It keeps people from thinking about reality. I don't know, where should this Santa Claus hat go? I might have a better place to put Santa's hat. Okay, so I'm spending some time this morning trying to figure out how to get this Elvira machine up and running. I replaced the batteries in the back, and I've got a bunch of fuses. I don't know which ones. Basically, we're not getting the scrolling score and the winners don't use drugs and all the stuff that would appear, and it would say the name of the game. And it's not in the attract mode where the lights are flashing and she's talking to you. And, if I was still back in the old country, I had my friend Gerald, who was like Felix the Cat. He could fix anything with all his magic tools out in his van. That was like Felix the Cat's bag, his van. and he'd know immediately how to fix things. But not only am I someone that doesn't like sports, I don't know how to fix things. So I'm a worthless human being. Yeah, it's kind of worthless. I don't have any real intrinsic value. I'm a useless eater. Speaking of, I just got lunch. So let's have some useless eating, ladies and gentlemen. Live stream we did the other night was pretty fantastic. We met a new amazing person. Dr. Fibes came on and showed his mansion, and that was astounding. So we now have a new incredible person in the world of. I'm trying to eat these things without my my dog. Maybe I'll eat them standing up. What do you guys think? Let's. Then we'll. I got so much to do today. I shouldn't be doing this stupid, idiotic show. You guys should be doing something too instead of watching this show. What's wrong with you? Okay. Well, what's wrong with you? Okay. Well, how about that? This is a bacon cheeseburger, ladies and gentlemen. We live here in a town that has no McDonald's. We have no Sonic. We have no McDonald's. We already said that. We have no Wendy's, Burger King. But the local deli at the supermarket, my dog is licking her lips here. You can't see that. I'm going to consume this cheeseburger, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? And then we have onion rings. So, our sun's starting to come out a little bit. Food's coming out of my mouth. It's shocking. Well, I heard from Meyer Greenblatt this morning. Well, I got something done today. I put those 2 masks on heads that will not further escalate their disintegration. She sees a cat across the street through the window. Now I need to figure out what will cause my own head to not disintegrate. So that's why we're eating this healthy food today. So the last few live streams have created a mess here in the main lobby of the Hotel Orloff that I'm going to have to clean. And you're going to watch it, and I will get up to the comic room, and now I've got some bags and boards courtesy of Captain Strangelove, so I can do some bagging and boarding episodes. I can get. And thank you very much, Captain Strangelove, and a million thanks also to Spinnerack Dave for surprising me with that early birthday present of those Flash comics from Captain Strangelove. We'll look at those Flash comics a little more in depth today. You know, How about that basketball? Boy, that's something. I have a feeling one of the teams is going to win. How about that Taylor Swift? Some kind of talent. Shit. Sorry about that. Some kind of talent, huh? Pretty good, huh? Every time I see her, it reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite and how good that movie was. And that filmmaker that made that, I think after that he did Nacho Libre. Did he do? I think he made a movie about a kid that wrote a science fiction book also. But then I think did he just disappear off the planet? It's really interesting. I forget the name of the filmmaker that made Napoleon Dynamite. I'm reminded of that because Taylor Smith, is that her name? Swift, whatever the heck, looks like Napoleon Dynamite with a wig, which is not something I noticed. I've read other people notice that, and then I think, would I have noticed that? I think I would have always looked at her as like, what does she remind me of that slack-jawed kind of mouth agape kind of. I think I would have eventually realized that if I even bothered looking at Taylor Swift. But anyway, I don't know anything about her, honestly. But Napoleon Dynamite's more interesting. That movie is like, there's nothing offensive in that movie. You look at it and you think back, oh, it must have been an R-rated movie. But no, that movie, I think, could have been rated G because it was made by a guy who was a Mormon. It's like Mormon humor. It was really funny, but it really wasn't offensive. How about that? So I figured what I'll do is there's some Facebook groups that have, about pinball that are in this state that I'm living in and the state of confusion. And I figured maybe I could find someone that knows how to repair pinball machines and might be a friend, that also has a common interest that, would just love to come over and fix the pinball machines and just play unlimited amounts, not that I wouldn't pay them, but it's someone that might charge less with thought that, he and maybe his friends could also play them. Yeah, maybe put an ad in the local paper or something. some friends of my wife were having an emergency last night and had to drive out of state and back. And she stayed on the phone with them and talked with them, mainly just to keep them awake and console them. So she didn't get any sleep last night and is asleep now, and will be sleeping this. I don't know if you can hear that commercial in the other room. They don't give barf bags away with movie tickets anymore. That was an ad for Mark of the Devil. And so, just like that, the hamburger and the fries are gone. Like sands through an hourglass. These two are the burgers of our lives. All right, this needs to be hung up. This came from the old house. This is a horseshoe. It hung in the garage. When my parents bought that house for $28,000 in the summer of 1976, this was hanging in the garage. The house was built in 1964. I don't know how long it was there. Actually, it was hanging the wrong way, which is supposed to let the luck run out of it. But I brought it with me to this new home that we've established here in Rural Retreat, Virginia, and I'm going to put it up. It will be a good luck, hopefully a good luck symbol for us as we continue to start our new lives in this new country. Most of the hostile natives have been subdued. The local Arawaks and the Shantobi Indians are, for the most part, subdued now here. So we live near, the cavalry has subdued them, and we're now safe here on the frontier here in Rural Retreat, Virginia. God damn. Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen. No, don't you. How dare you. Well, so now I need to wash my hands. Then we can have fun. So, how are you guys doing this morning? Right, whatever. Yeah, this is where I've been streaming from the last couple of broadcasts, and so I got all this. This is the computer from which I stream, and this is the boxes that I was using as a tripod, and this is where I have the light that I've been recording music off of YouTube this morning. She was going to bite the head off of my Coca-Cola soft drink, soda pop. How much more is left of Kogar's big Thrill-O-Rama Trash Show #1? Let's see. Oh man, he's got a ways to go. Well, we'll let Kogar continue to record, and we'll go upstairs. That's Kogar the Swinging Ape. He makes good music compilations. I don't believe he's a Trump voter, but we'll forgive him. Maybe I have him mixed up with someone else. But yeah, how can you hear this, Kogar? How can you hear this? In case you want to tune in to this music compilation, it's you got to go to Joe Tiger's YouTube page. He's got this up, and I need to look and see if he doesn't have other incredible stuff. Oh, and I noticed that Dr. Phibes put up another song. Now he has 3 of his songs up on YouTube. Well, let's turn off these pinball machines because I was talking to Greta Thunberg on the phone last night. And she told me that I ruined her childhood by leaving my lights on too much, that I've created a gigantic carbon footprint. And I said, that's just because I had big feet, man. They've always made fun of me for my big feet. Anyway, Greta Thunberg. The Mother Teresa of our generation. She's just so wise. Anyway. All right. Oh, I left my bags and boards downstairs. Can you believe it? Shocking. Don we now are gay apparel. You think I wear the same shirt all the time? This Batman shirt, right? You think that gratuity spends all his money on frivolous bullshit and only has one shirt, but in reality, when they started selling this Batman shirt at Target a few years back, I think I bought about 10 of them. So in reality, I have a rich and varied wardrobe. It's just that they're all duplicates of the same shirt. But, you know, I work for Gilligan and the Skipper and everyone else. Well, actually, no, because the movie star, Ginger Grant and Lovey, they had lots of outfits because they were going on a 3-hour cruise, but they brought tons of luggage, possibly knowing the shipwreck was going to occur. A 3-hour cruise. It's kind of like our live streams. They're supposed to be just a 3-hour cruise, but they wind up being far longer. All is calm. All is bright. No reason to panic, ladies and gentlemen. All is calm. All is bright. Yes, indeed. Just a moment. This Christmas music, courtesy of Rinks Records. If you were in a roller rink in the 1950s, this is the music that would have been playing. So we're all decked out for Christmas here. Okay. Oh shit. There's posters back behind me I almost crushed. What is this? Oh, it's the John Spencer Blues Explosion. You know of that band? Of course you do. What is this other poster? What could this be? Oh, why, it's a... you know what this is. It's upside down. It's a Michelle Obama, whatever is her name. What's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. Yes, indeed. One of those posters I bought back in what would that have been? 1991? When did that movie come out? And never put it up, I guess. This will console you. This was sent to me by a friend. Evidence: Russia had no nuclear weapons. A 2-hour lecture by Ralph Epperson. I've yet to play these VHS tapes that were sent to me by my friend. Is an A-OK. But I'm sure they'll be highly entertaining. And I see there's other lectures by this guy Ralph Epperson up on YouTube. So maybe that'll be a highly entertaining little yuck fest. And I've got my brush. I'm gonna Micah, graphic man, really loves looking at the model kits and the Batmobiles. So I'm gonna do an episode where I'm dusting them. And I'll show you, I might do this on the live stream later. I'll take one Batmobile out, show it on the StreamYard camera while I dust it, then I'll put it back, and then I'll actually feel like I'm doing something instead of just sitting there goofing around on a live stream, messing my back up even more. So, got to put this copy of DNA Agents in with the other Dave Stevens books. Here are the books I got from Captain Strangelove. There needs to be more light, man. Why is there not enough light? All right, there's more light now, right? There's no Donald Trump live stream rally today, so it's messed up my weekend. Okay. This box says Dave Stevens. did that book go? Oh, there it is. DNA Agents, a book that no one ever bought. At least I didn't, except when Dave Stevens did a cover. So, I've got all my Dave Stevens covers separated out here in this box. I'm glad that it's almost Christmas. Okay. There's Cheval Noir. Okay. You'll go right here, Mr. DNA Agents. How about that? We got 2 masks out of their styrofoam. We've put a Dave Stevens comic where it belonged. We ate a cheeseburger. We ate some French fries. We're drinking a Coke. What are the things that we gotten done today? We've talked about important things like basketball and how important that is to our lives, and how much it will affect your life. Who wins the March Madness? Whatever it is, what is it called? Whoever wins the golden basketball at the end of March. Is that what they win, a golden basketball? This is what I will give the winning basketball team. This cup from Taco Casa. To the victor goes the spoils. All right. We still got to file these books. So we got Sable, Sheena, okay, Simpsons. So when we last left off, possibly we were looking at Johnny Quest comics. I don't know. What's in this box? Starts with J, goes to Judge Dredd. Oh, look at this Russian judge. From AC Comics, one of these Jungle Girl reprints. It's really amazing how well this art is reproduced. This Matt Baker art here, it looks for all the world that they had access to the original art for these. Doesn't it look like that to you? Yeah, the books you see today reproduced are shot from existing comics, but these books from AC in the 90s, it looks like they, I don't know how exactly they did it. That was Jungle Girls #9. Now, how I didn't pick up that comic until 9 issues in, I don't know. Here's number 11. Probably because it wasn't sold in every comic store. And that must have been what it was. Because I was the guy in the town I grew up in that was into these old comics. Here's issue 12. I'd like to get those early issues, but you'll probably go and buy them before I can from mycomicshop.com. Okay, whatever. Jungle Jim. Here's Junkyard Joe. I was told by Kevin Johnson at Gotham City Comics that this is an outstanding comic that was actually being put out today, so I have purchased some, So this is actually a good comic that's being made today, and I'm going to read that. I promise soon. And then AC put out all kinds of these. This is Lady Crime. It's like reprints of crime, criminal girl comics. Then there's, of course, Lady Death. We're trying to get to S to put this book in. Maybe I need to go more quickly. I'm just trying to entertain you. Here's the New Croft Super Show. Some of this stuff is out of order, man. Why is this? A bunch of Lady Death that's out of order. Lady Death. Lady Justice. This is a reprint of Lars of Mars. Here is a parody, The Legion of Stupid Heroes. Reprints of The Lemonade Kid. Wait, isn't this Dave Stevens? No. It's the King Kong comic, but the one cover that is Dave Stevens, I must have broken up the set and put it into that Dave Stevens box. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which was a good comic, a really great comic, but no one's going to remember that after a terrible movie's made. Free Comic Book Day, Little Lulu. Logan's World, Lone Ranger. Okay, wonderful. Madman. Did you know there was a Married with Children comic book? Pretty weird. Okay. Megaton Man. Oh, we had Milton Knight on a few weeks ago. Here's Midnight, the Rebel Skunk, one of his works. Mr. Monster, Mr. Monster, Mr. Monster, Mr. T, Miss Mystic, Miss Victory, Nexus. Okay, Popeye. Pure Images. Okay, well. Oh. You're probably interested in this comic if you're like me. It's not actually a comic, as I recall. I think it's more of a storybook. I could be wrong. It's comic book sized. No, I'm right. It's just a bunch of words and pathetic illustrations. It's a lot of words and really bad drawings. But I mean, I don't know. Let's find a picture of Bigfoot. There we go, Bigfoot. But, so why do you buy this? Because of the back cover? I don't know. Probably you won't buy this. But it's a golden book. It's a golden all-star book. 4 stars, it says. How much did this thing cost? 69 cents. They're trying to be funny, aren't they? They're trying to be funny with that price. Pathetic. But wonderful. Pathetic but wonderful. That's a good way to sum up the entire decade of the 1970s. I guess I'll file it under N for new. Or should I file it under K for Croft? These are decisions we make here in the United States. Not whether or not we're going to starve to death, but how do I file the new Croft superstars? As opposed to those old Croft superstars, those old out-of-date Croft superstars that everyone's forgotten. All right, so it looks like all of these books are probably going to be filed into this box here. So, how are you doing? Night Tiger said he might be able to do a live stream tomorrow night, which is Sunday. Maybe I should turn that down a little bit. He said he'll let me know tomorrow morning. Yeah, hopefully it'll work out because I'll be free at least until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. How about that? Here's Saber, one of those comics that came out, that distributed only to comic stores, that have this cool looking artwork. You know, it's like an R-rated Master of Kung Fu comic. I guess I should put this in a bag and board. This box is a little tight. I'll move some of the stuff in this box to another box. We can hardly stand the pain. Please, Christmas. I think this we can hardly stand the wait. Should be we can hardly stand the pain. Oh my God. Okay. Oh shit. Indeed. Okay, well. A little sad to see some books sitting here that I had pulled the show on, the Four Color Fossils show. Now, that show is no more in the form it used to be, but it'll be back in a different form. But just sad to see those books there. Oh well, that's life. You know, that's what people say. You're riding high in April and you're shut down in May. But you know, a toast to covers that at first look like they're really well drawn until you realize why are her legs down here. It looks a little. It's all right, you know. I'm not going to insult the artist that drew that because I'm sure he's a really wonderful artist, Bill Jasaka. No offense, Bill Jasaka, you're You're one of my favorite guys. This was a gift from Micah, Graphic Man. And you think that, to show you, Captain Strangeliffe, this was a comic from his collection. This is how he does his notes on the back, right? Take a look at what Micah does to the comics that are in his collection. Look at this. He's got everything right down to where he bought it. You see that? It says, brought this in Branson at the Roy Rogers Museum. Interiors are black and white. Everything you need to know. The plot, it's very fine condition. The artist, Alex Toth, John Buscema, Russ Manning. Publication date 1999. So on a show you can just pull it out and say, "Hey, this comic's from 1999. It's got art by blah blah blah." And it's just like it's like, wow, you know all that? No, they secretly have it all written on the back. That's what the real comic collectors do, and you can be one of them too. And you just got to follow their. You got to do that. So here's a Savage Dragon comic trying to look like a Charlie Brown. Okay. Here's Scimitar. Here's a comic that belongs to my wife, and it shouldn't be in here because this will get me in trouble. Scooter Girl. If she sees this stream, she's not going to be happy that her comic wound up in my box. Roy Rogers. Okay, Sable would be before Sailor Moon. So we've got Sable filed. Now we have this recent Sheena, Queen of the Jungle comic to file. So, okay. There's the Shadow from Dark Horse. What else we got in here? Here's some sham comics that were A-OKs from Charlton 66. And look at this. It's not really a Peacemaker. It's from Sham Comics. They're like the Mystery Science Theater of comic books. They change all the words in the balloons and make it funny. Okay, so here we go. Come to Sheena. This is a reprint book from Blackthorn. And I've got an ad for the Sheena Dave Stevens 3D thing. You can see here, you can tell that this is not shot from the original art. See how you can tell it was photocopied from a color comic. But those AC books, you could just tell that someone's got that Matt Baker original art. Somebody. Okay. This is the first issue of Sheena. But I bought this a long time ago, and then I got this Sheena a couple of years later, and it's number 2, so they must have restarted the numbering, is my suspicion, which is what they do now. It makes it completely confusing to collect comics. Okay, here's my Simpsons comics, and then I've got the Radioactive Man comics put in with the Simpsons. You know, you could file them under R, but I almost dropped this freaking book. Okay, I need to put these in bags and boards. So, bags and boards are downstairs. Let's do that. Silver hair, it's Christmas time here at the nursing home. Here at hospice care, we're looking at comics. What is wrong with us? Why don't we act our age? Like all the other corpses in the cemetery. Yes. Walking, talking corpses, showing comic books on the Grotto Orloff Inspirational Network. Here comes Drew the dog. Is the music still recording? I hear a dreadful silence, which means I'm recording blank onto a DVD. That could be... Sometimes that stupid No, I still hear sound. It's just I need to clear the wax out of my ears. Yeah. Yeah, it's still playing. That's good. Excellent. So what you got to do? Where's the remote? Where's my remote control? I set it down somewhere. Where did I put the Roku remote? Okay, I got these. I had this birthday present from Hans, Captain Strangeliffe, and he sent me this nice card, which I should save. It says Ken. At first I thought that said cool, like you're spelling cool, Kewl, like cool. But no, it says Ken. Bags and boards are a small gift from me, Hans. Okay. So let's take these upstairs, where they will be utilized to shield the comic books from the filth and dust and environmental hazards that pollute the atmosphere. They fly over with chemtrails and they release pollutants into the atmosphere that destroy comic books because they want to get rid of these signs of these comics. Old comics show how evil our society used to be. They reflect the patriarchy, so they want to cause them to degrade and fall apart with their particles. I was told, I think the doctor mentioned this, but someone was telling me the other day that I had a relative that had these long needles shoot into their knees that caused their knees to start working better and be in less pain. And I thought that might be something to do because it's harder and harder to walk around, man, and go up and down stairs. Okay, where did I put that remote? All right. There's an episode where I lost my phone and I couldn't do a show, so I did an episode of this show from a different YouTube account. And the whole episode is me going around the house trying to find my phone, but recording on my wife's tablet. And that's from about a year and a half ago. And the whole episode is just me looking for that thing, man. Okay, I'm getting disgusted. And I've got all these games I've got to put back in the closet. Someday I'll have I'll videotape episodes where my wife and I are playing board games. That's a goal. I was talking to my wife about coming on and doing shows with me where I'm looking at comics and she can ask questions about them and either off camera or a voice off camera or she's on camera, and she was afraid that her sense of humor might be too biting and she might say things that might not be nice to. So, but I'm going to get her on. I just got to find a time when we're both awake at the same time. Maybe I put the remote out here when I was eating that cheeseburger. You got to retrace your path. No, but the dog pooped out here, I see. I need to take her on a walk. Oh, you know something? I gotta take my high blood pressure pill. Hold on, sit down here. I know it makes no sense to be drinking this filth and all that. Stop biting my coat, you mangy cur. She wants to go on a walk. We'll go on a walk. Let's go on a walk. But first, I'm gonna take my medicine. I'll take my high blood pressure pill with the last swig of this Coke.
You are destroyed the festival of the ladies. We must be captured at once. I know. What can be better than a serenade from the laughing spaceman?
Oh, yeah. Walking around like Joe Biden. All right. Well, Drew the dog. It's your lucky day. Let's take a walk. See what's going on in the neighborhood. Who are the people in your neighborhood, in your community? I was talking to a friend of mine how much we hate the word community. It's not that I really hate the comic book community. It's not that I hate the word community in general, because it's a word that reeks of communism. It really is to me. I noticed that haven't watched that show in many months, but I always used to be. I was really entertained for a while. That Friday Night Tights show, and whatever the name of the guy is that hosts that show with the beard, that just moved from California to Texas. He hates that word community too. Okay, I just don't know where that remote is. Okay, so I'm just teasing the dog. I didn't mean to. Okay, dog, come on, Drew. Let's take a darn walk. Let's see what's going on. I think around 3 o'clock there's supposed to be a rain, a real rain that someday will come wash the. Well, you've seen Taxi Driver. Let's see. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's take a look. Oh, she's all excited. What will we encounter on this dangerous sojourn into the unknown? Well, first of all, it's cold and windy out here. Ow, my knee. Oh, shoot. Blew the door right open. Maybe we'll have to look at those Flash comics in the next episode. Or maybe we'll do it in the live stream that's coming up here in a few minutes, probably. tripped. That was rough on the back. Ouch. Spring. Starting to see life on the trees. It's the old train depot. You know, life is old here, older than the hills. Older than a monster screaming at his bills. What is this device? Those of you that are, perhaps some of you are model railroaders, and tell me what this device did for the railroad. Someone once told me that dogs sniffing around, that's basically their literature. That's how they learn about the world and what's going on around them, is by sniffing. It's like they're reading a fine novel or the newspaper, basically. So this podcast, this show, it comes to you frequently here on the Garage Orloff Inspirational Network. We're all about reading and collecting printed matter and all that. Well, now you're seeing a dog, a canine, a member of the canine species, reading his kind of literature. That smells really interesting. It's probably just like an EC comic. What he smells is probably as good as Gil Kane's art. Oh, this smells like Frank Frazetta. This smells like something written by Harlan Ellison. sometimes we just don't have time to look at comic books. We got things to do here. She just peed. That's like her commenting in a chat room. She's made her contribution. Oh, don't touch that with your nose. That is another dog's poop. Come on, Drew. Not good. Apparently they can tell all about a dog from the poop, you know, their health, everything about them. Come on, Drew. Whether it's a dog they know, you know, that kind of jazz. Come on, Drew, let's not go in someone's yard. Now, of course, I would scoop it up unlike these other people that didn't. I just hate there's so much poop in this person's yard. I don't want us to be seen, and then they'll think we're the ones that have been doing the pooping. Come on, Drew. Let's go over here. Come on. You can see the Blue Ridge Mountains over there. It's like the longest commercial break ever, right? Oh, she's peed twice. Can we make it a trio of peas? Oh, Drew. Are we still recording? It's got to be over by now. It's still recording? Wow. Well, it never records more than about an hour and 18 minutes, so thanks for stopping by this afternoon. It's been a wonderful